this boxing nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Oscar and Ryan, they've been pretty quiet when it comes to this lawsuit with Devin Haney. But this recent interview that Oscar just did, Oscar for the first time is implying that this is a pretty big deal and it's a big problem for them. Because according to Oscar, he can't even make future plans with Ryan Garcia until they resolve this situation, this lawsuit with Devin Haney.
What's next for Ryan?
I just had him in my office 30 minutes ago. Big plans for him coming back. You know, obviously, we have to deal with this frivolous lawsuit that they slapped on us, but that's all it is. It's noise.
I mean, if it's nothing but just noise, why don't you guys just completely ignore it? Throw the subpoenas in the trash can, act as if it doesn't even exist, and start working on these big plans you have for Ryan Garcia. See, because when Oscar says we have to deal with this lawsuit, what that could either mean is either Oscar and Ryan Garcia, they're thinking about bowing down to Devin Haney and settling out of court, or they're willing to take this to trial, which means Oscar and Ryan Garcia would have far more to lose if they were to lose that lawsuit.
That's all it is. How can you sue somebody that beat the crap out of you? You know, it's like, it just doesn't make sense. And
talk about stuff that doesn't make sense. You know, if this was really Ryan Garcia's defense in court, how do you sue somebody for getting your ass beat? Then this is going to be a complete slam dunk for Devin Haney's case. I refuse to believe that Oscar De La Hoya is dumb enough to believe that using Mexican race fan talking points that you often hear on the internet to defend Ryan Garcia is actually going to be a strong defense in a court of law. Which is why this is leading me to believe that Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia, they don't want no smoke in a court of law. Which is why, once again, I believe they would rather tap out and just pay Devin Haney off.
that's all it is. It's noise. That's all it is. How can you sue somebody that beat the crap out of you? You know, it's like, it just doesn't make sense. And
would you as a fighter ever even consider doing that back in your heyday?
No, what I would do is call that fighter out, get back in the ring, and beat his ass.
It's pretty funny that Oscar would say that, because Oscar got beat by Shane Mosley 3 times, twice as a pro and 1 time in the amateurs. And not only did Oscar not try to avenge that loss to Shane Mosley in the amateurs, but in fact, that spot that Oscar De La Hoya got on the Olympic team, he owes that all to Shane Mosley. Because once Oscar realized that he was going to have to fight Shane Mosley again in the Olympic trials, he decided to drop down to another weight class so he would have a better chance of making it on the Olympic team. And it all worked out. Once again, Oscar De La Hoya is saying in this interview, no, I would call that fighter out again, get him back in the ring, and beat his ass. That's what I would do. This is what Oscar is saying. So when Shane Mosley jumped up 2 weight classes and beat De La Hoya the second time as a pro, that is not what Oscar De La Hoya did. In fact, he avoided Shane Mosley for 3 years, and it was Shane Mosley that was pushing for the rematch for 3 whole years. Well, Oscar didn't take that rematch until Shane Mosley ended up losing to Vernon Forrest twice. This is when Shane Mosley would beat Oscar De La Hoya for the 3rd time. But this is when the situation gets really analogous to the Devin Haney-Ryan Garcia situation, because that 3rd win, Shane Mosley, he tested positive for PEDs after that fight. And this was Oscar's opportunity to do exactly what he says Devin Haney should do. Oscar didn't do it. He turned down another fight even after he found out that Mosley tested positive for that 3rd fight. But the contradictions don't end there.
Call that fighter out, get back in the ring, and beat his ass.
Is that the biggest rematch of 2025? Haney Garcia? Biggest fight?
I don't think so, because I believe that Devin Haney is a shot fighter.
Okay, so right after Oscar said that basically Devin Haney, he's supposed to call out Ryan Garcia, get him back in the ring, and beat his ass. Now he's admitting that he feels that Devin Haney is no longer the same fighter. He's a shot fighter. So number one, why would you say that Devin should push for the rematch when Oscar is admitting that he doesn't even want the rematch? Oscar, he actually said this right after Ryan Garcia got the win. when it was still considered a win? And coincidentally, this is the same thing that all the race fans said. They all said right after that fight, there's no reason for a rematch. You know, Ryan, he clearly beat him easy, which is not the case because it was competitive. In fact, Devin Haney, he was winning the majority of the rounds that he didn't get knocked down in. Ryan, he fought in spurts. He would constantly keep moving around the ring, fishing for just one big punch to land. And if he didn't land that big punch, he would pretty much lose the whole round. So let's get back to what Oscar said at the end of this clip. Oscar said he believes that Devin Haney is no longer the same fighter. He is a shot fighter. That means this is not a frivolous lawsuit. I mean, what Oscar just said right there can actually be used in Devin Haney's favor in this lawsuit. That's no different than what Bernard Hopkins said before we found out that Ryan Garcia had tested positive for PEDs. B-Hop, he said, mark my words, Devin Haney will never be the same fighter again. That fight against Ryan Garcia, it was like 6 fights in one for Devin Haney. He just had 6 professional fights in one. What Oscar and B-Hop just said right there, it completely proves Devin Haney's case. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes,
Fever blisters, diabetic ulcers.
this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodekey.com.
Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.
An important message from Youth Fountain Laboratory, makers of VasoFlux and VasoFlux for Men. If you're over the age of 35 and over the years you've eaten pizza, dairy foods, deli meats, or meats with fat, you are likely to have some degree of plaque buildup in your veins and arteries. This increases your risk of suffering a stroke or heart attack exponentially, and no one wants such a catastrophic event to occur. Introducing Blackout. Blackout is made of all natural ingredients proven to help dissolve clots in the blood, remove calcium deposits and plaque from the walls of veins and arteries, improve viscosity of the blood, improve elasticity of the veins and arteries, treat varicose veins, and prevent the reoccurrence of plaque buildup. For more information, visit Youth Fountain Laboratory at youthfountainlab.com or call 1-800-853-7856. And remember, to help unclog veins and arteries, get the Blackout.